Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you Taroscopes for the month of August 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are used to my channel and familiar with Taroscopes, I do hope that you enjoy your reading. You can skip this intro and you can go straight into the reading. But if this is the first time that you are doing Taroscopes with me, welcome. Just to give you a little bit of information as to how the Taroscopes work, I record 12 separate individual readings for each sign of the zodiac, starting at Aries and going all the way through to Pisces and covering everybody in between. I then, in that particular reading, I'm connecting with the collective energy of that particular zodiac sign. I set the intention that it be applicable for sun, moon, or rising. So if you are an astrology nerd and you like all that information, you can obviously watch for your other signs as well. The intention behind these particular readings is just to give you insight into the month ahead, insight into, in this particular case, the month of August, to help you understand the energies that are going to be coming through, the circumstances that you may be dealing with, the situations that you may need to navigate, because obviously forewarned is forearmed. So if you know what's coming up, if you know the kind of energies, you know whether it's a good time to make big decisions or whether it's not, help you understand yourself a little bit more so that you can not waste unnecessary time and just get on and deal with the things that are important for the month ahead. The videos stay up all month long. Well, actually, they stay up all the time. So you can come back at any point during the month or even after the month, because it's quite nice to, after the month in question, to go back and look at the video to sort of connect the dots, if I can put it that way. I have quite a few people who do that, and then they message me and they say, wow, in retrospect, it's actually quite clear as to the things that transpired and happened. So I record one intro. So every single sign of the zodiac gets this one intro, just to save myself repeating and talking about, the same things 12 times. And then I'm going to flip the camera around so that you don't get to see the face, you get to see the hands only, and then we're going to do the reading. This month I'm changing things up. I do that from time to time. So if you like things to stay constant, this is probably not the place you want to be. I like to change things up because I just feel like, a change is as good as a holiday, but I also feel like changing it up every now and again just keeps it fresh. Okay. And that's what I'm all about, is keeping things fresh, keeping things in exciting and motivating and enthusiastic. So I am going to be working with quite a few decks in this particular month's session. So I'm not going to bore you now and go through all the decks. What I will do is put it into the description below. So if you are interested or curious about any of the decks that I've used, please do check out the description of this particular video. I'll have all of that information listed there for you. And to help you navigate and jump around between the different zodiac signs. So in other words, if you're watching your sign now and you want to go and watch a partner or a child or somebody else's, or you want to go and look at your moon sign or your rising sign, I will have the links to all of the other zodiac signs in the description box of this video as well. So if you read underneath, you will have all the information that you're looking for. I want to get straight into the reading. And please, if you haven't already done so, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Click the bell as well if you enjoy the content that I put out for you. Click the bell so that you get the notification as soon as there's new content. I release content on a Sunday. I release a week ahead detailed reading that covers a lot of information. And then typically on a Thursday, I release some kind of inspirational reading for you, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, or whether it be just other inspiration from spirit that comes through. So if you do enjoy my content and enjoy this type of content, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy your particular zodiac reading, show some love and give the video a like and comment below as well. Remember, the more you engage and interact with the video, the more you are supporting me and the channel and the work that I do. So if you want to keep me coming back, show me some love. I'm going to flip the camera around and let's get into your reading. Yo, welcome to your August Taroscopes. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out a huge amount of cards. We're going to use these cards to tell us what's going on in the month of August. What are the things that you need to focus on? What are the things that you need to be aware of? And I am so loving this. I am so loving this. You know, one of the things that came through to me as I was turning over all these cards and shuffling and drawing all of these cards is exactly this, focusing on success. You know, Scorpio, we have to admit that it's been a tough road. It's been a hard road. We have had a couple of years, a couple of months, a couple of weeks, a couple of whatevers that we've never had, you know, that just we can't even comprehend what's actually been going on. And for somebody like you, it's been, I would imagine, even more complicated and even more difficult. You've come out of it stronger. You've come out of it better than you were when you went into it. You know, who you are today versus who you were back in the past are chalk and cheese different. And we need to acknowledge that. And it looks to me like the month of August is almost when you step into your power. Okay, the month of August is when you sort of start actually feeling human again, feeling more yourself again, feeling more capable again, feeling more like actually everything's going to be okay. So it's almost like August is actually when you are released from the gates in order to start experiencing life again. What we need to say to you, though, is, you know, we do need to focus on success, and success obviously looks different to everybody. Each one of you watching me right now will have a different interpretation on the word success. It'll mean one thing to one person and something completely different to somebody else. And that's okay. What it is about recognizing your presence. Your affirmation for the month of August is I am present. And what I love about that for you, especially around focusing on success and power, is about not putting ourselves in a position of thinking about tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, not thinking about where we've come from, you know, last week, last month, last year, but to actually realize that right here and right now is the only thing that matters. And Scorpio, this is the focus for you. When I look at this, is the card that represents you during the month of August. And when I look at this, it's like you are finally, for the first time, actually seeing the beauty that's around you. For the first time, it's almost like you're consciously aware of everything that's going on around you. Whereas we've almost been oblivious up until this point. We've been going through the motions. We've been doing our best. We've been, you know, ticking off our lists, if I can put it that way. But we haven't really been living. We haven't really been experiencing all that life has to offer. And where you're at in your space now, it's almost like, have you ever had a situation where you've had your eyes tested and you've been given a new pair of glasses? And that moment when you put the glasses on and suddenly everything is just crystal clear. That's August for you, Scorpio. It's like we have this clarity, we have this excitement, this enthusiasm, this kind of experience of life. Where we are going to focus on success. We're going to realize our power. And when we realize our power, it's not in an egotistical, you know, a structure stuff kind of way. Not at all. It's a case of realizing the inner internal power that you have to achieve the things that you need to achieve. This particular oracle over here says the journey. It's all about the journey. It's not about the start, and it's not about the end. It's about the journey on the in between. And I think this is what you've realized is up until this point you've been focusing on the beginning and the end of your experience and of your journey, and you're now for the first time in a long time getting to a point where you can actually start appreciating the experiences along the way. We have sanctuary. Yes, had to make sure I could read it properly. We have got sanctuary over here. What is a sanctuary? Sanctuary is your safe place, your safe haven. A sanctuary is a place that you go to feel loved, to feel comfortable, satisfied, supported, nourished, nurtured, etc. A sanctuary could be your home, it could be your workplace, it could be your gym. Sanctuary is any place, for some people it could be even their vehicles, you know, getting into their car and they just feel empowered, safe, secure, comfortable. To read at the bottom here what it says around sanctuary. With a calm, focused mind and enjoyment of each moment, I am present. You create your very own sanctuary. Let me do that again. With a calm, focused mind and enjoyment of each moment, you create your very own sanctuary. And it looks like, for the first time in a long time, Scorpio, this is exactly your frame of mind. This is exactly what the universe wants from you, what spirit wants from you, to actually give yourself permission to focus on success, to realize your inner power, to be present in the here and the now, and to understand that it's enough. To realize that it's not the beginning or the end that matters, but it's the experiences along the way that bring it all together. And to be curious enough to see what that looks like, to be curious enough to explore options, to explore situations, to explore circumstances. You know, we understand that life has been challenging for the last while. Okay, there's absolutely no doubt about that. But you've also kept yourself in a very safe and protected space. You haven't really taken unnecessary risks. You haven't really put yourself out on a limb. You haven't really sort of pushed any boundaries or pushed any envelopes. You may have, but in a safe, secure kind of way. So you've kept yourself very safe. You kept yourself very secure, and you have not been without heartache. You have not been without disappointment. Let's be honest, life has been really, really tough. But when the month of August comes along, you know, we're at a point now where we can sort of evaluate where we're at, what we're doing, why things happened the way things happened, why we had the experiences we had. We can sort of look at the past in the past. We're not in a place now where we're looking at what happened previously in relation to where we are at now. It's almost like there's this, and I'm actually going to just shift the cards over to just show you that there is this line drawn in the sand, okay? This line drawn in the sand between the past, the present, and the future. And it seems like you're at a point in your life now where this separation or this division is more obvious and actually more comfortable for you. Where you know that, you know what, we've had our experiences, and I'm strong enough and I'm powerful enough to leave that in the past and to move forward in whichever way I want, in whichever way I need, because I am present, because I am focusing on the journey, and because I am looking for, finding, and enjoying my personal sanctuary that empowers me and gives me all that I need so that I may focus on success. Okay. As I said, you're coming into the month of August with this enthusiasm, with this vibrancy, with this kind of, I want to achieve, I want to do, I want to experience, I want. And all around you are many, many opportunities for success. I do want to identify, though, that there is a lot of looking back. There is a lot of comparing the past to the present. Okay, there is a lot of that that's coming through for you. And we need to make sure that we're not stuck in that mindset, stuck in that comparison. There is also fear for the future. Okay, there is also this kind of unconditional, uncensored fear for the future. Like, we're so worried about, if this is how bad things have been in the past, how much worse could it be in the future? And we need to make sure, Scorpio, that we don't fall into that trap, that we don't get caught up in that mindset of comparing the past and then timesing it by 20 for whatever reason and thinking that that's what the future is going to look like. We need to be in the here and the now. And if you are ensuring that every single day is the best that you can make it, if you are ensuring that every single day you are living your best life, your future will be just as amazing. But if you're worried about your future, and if you're nervous about the future, you're putting that energy into the future, and you will then manifest that for yourself. So don't do too much comparison, especially around the past and the future, okay? Especially around the past and the future. Don't put too much thought into that, or too much comparison into that, or too much energy into that at all. What you need to do is you need to focus on the here and the now. In the now, you've got the King of Swords, you've got the Page of Cups, and you've got the Two of Pentacles. So it's about finding your rhythm, finding your balance, and sticking with it, and not letting anybody throw you off from that. And it's a sad state of affairs when we have to state the obvious and say that there are many people who want to throw you off. There are many people who want to, unbalance you. And, circumstances and situations happen all the time. When you find yourself in that kind of mindset, or when you find yourself feeling a little bit unbalanced or a little bit nervous, this is where you need to remind yourself and repeat to yourself over and over and over again, I am present. I am present. I am present. Because being present in the here and the now is the only thing that matters. So Scorpio, the month of August is going to be about retraining your brain, retraining your mind, your heart, and your soul to be in the here and the now, to forget about the past and forget about the future. The future will sort itself out, and the past is already done. Okay, we cannot go back. No more comparisons. No more comparisons for saying, oh, last year, this is what I was dealing with, and this year, this is what I'm dealing with. No, just be in the here and the now, but focus always on success, whatever success looks like for you. I do want to just say, though, as much as we are confirming and saying how we need to focus on success and how powerful you are, you need to be just cautious, okay, Scorpio? Just be cautious that you're not setting unrealistic goals and expectations for yourself, because there is this tendency, you know what I mean, hey? You know what I mean. There is this tendency to set the bar very high, to set the goals very high. And in all honesty, we want to make sure that we're not setting unrealistic goals for yourself, for your situation, or for your circumstance. When it comes to setting unrealistic goals, that is when we're spending too much time comparing ourselves to the future. And that's when our fears and our insecurities and our doubts start playing havoc with us. It is important to understand that life is just the journey. Everything is a journey. We start before we are conceived, and we end long after we have passed on. Life is more than just this earth experience. There's a whole experience before and there's a whole experience after. What that experience looks like, we don't remember, but there's an experience. And you are here to have this journey, to have this experience. So have it full-heartedly, wholeheartedly, and don't let insecurities, doubts, and fears restrict or limit you. Identify your sanctuary. Where do you feel safest? Where do you feel happiest? Where do you feel most comfortable? Is it when you are doing a particular activity? Is it when you are in a particular place? Is it wearing a particular outfit? Because it could be all of that. Identify your sanctuary so that when you're feeling vulnerable, when you're feeling nervous, when you're feeling insecure, when you're feeling vulnerable, again, you can go to your sanctuary. Your sanctuary needs to be your sanctuary, not a place that somebody else also feels comfortable. If somebody else does feel comfortable within your sanctuary, then that's great. But we don't want a situation where we are limiting ourselves to make somebody else happy. So Scorpio, the message for you for the month of August is to give yourself permission to be present. Give yourself permission to get excited about your current reality. No comparisons between the past and the future. Live for the now, live for today. Don't let fear and insecurity hold you back. If you find yourself succumbing to fear and insecurities and doubts and worries and stresses, go to your safe space, go to your sanctuary, focus on success, and notice, acknowledge, and allow your power to come through. When we talk about power, it's not about ego. It's not about I'm better than you. It's not that at all. It's just this inner strength that Scorpios have that everybody else is petrified of. There's this part of you that comes through that everybody's like, oh, I don't want to get on the wrong side of that person. But you know what? Recognize that you have that within you, and that is your guiding force towards being happy, content in your space at the moment. But I do think you're working on the journey. You're nowhere close to the destination. You're nowhere close to the end. You never will get to the end because there is no end. It's all a continuation, and you need to be enjoying the ride. So August is going to be wonderful. August is going to be a walk in the park as long as you are giving yourself permission to enjoy it, to participate openly, and to not compare with the past, or to worry about the future. Let the future worry itself, sort itself out, because it will. So, Scorpio, I know that August is going to be awesome. Thank you for being with me, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.